You do not own the word royal. Those were Meghan Markle's very defiant words, parting words, when she fled the United Kingdom, fearing for her life. This is all according to the Duchess, of course. Those were her parting shots to Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth, an icon who had welcomed her in the most intimate settings of her family, who had opened her arms, her heart, and her entire family to her to give her a better life once she married her grandson, Prince Harry. However, you do not own the word royal. Yet she is not using it. I guess she didn't want to incur the anger of Queen Elizabeth, and she didn't want to test the Queen's resolve on whether or not she could actually use it. And that particular word is pretty much what has enraged all of the people in Montecito, especially a particular billionaire who is fed up of Meghan Markle plagiarizing, copying, and simply blatantly grabbing somebody else's idea and calling it her own. And this is how Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, finds himself in hot waters with a billionaire of Montecito who has taken steps now to completely block any brand that she calls Riviera. So let's get into this, beautiful people. Welcome, 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 beautiful people. Thanks for being here. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That is free, and it helps the channel grow, and it helps to spread the message that we have here. Today, we're going to find Meghan Markle in a little bit of a pickle. Finally, the owner of Harry and David, whose trademark name is Royal Riviera, not only launched a formal complaint with the USPTO, but also is thinking of suing Meghan Markle to block her permanently from using the word Riviera. And you're wondering why. Well, Harry and David is a company that was founded in 1934, and it actually has something that Meghan doesn't have, which is a proper structure and over 3,000 employees who have seen a dip in sales because, quite frankly, now everybody associates Meghan to Riviera, American Riviera Orchard, and because she has a royal title, whenever you put in anything that has to do with royal, you'll see what happens. It pops. Even when you type Royal Riviera, you still get Meghan Markle's thing, which is quite upsetting because it's not in the search engines. One can clearly see why the owners of Harry and David are very upset. Prior to Meghan Markle launching her now failed American Riviera Orchard brand, whenever you typed Royal Riviera Company Montecito, you would have gotten Harry and David. But now, whenever you type Royal Riviera Company Montecito, all you get is about Duchess Meghan's new brand American Riviera, even though she doesn't have the word royal in it, which actually I can understand from a business point of view why they would be very upset and why that causes a lot of confusion and damage to their brand. Now, Meghan Markle came up and posted this thing on Instagram, got over 600,000 followers, which 80% of them are not real. And that doesn't speak highly, because if that means that 80% are real, her core followers are less than 100,000, which is not good either. Whatever happened to the 9 million they still have in Sussex Royal? They have that. I don't even know why people are still following. Why couldn't they just shift and move over to Meghan Markle's new Instagram American Riviera Orchard brand? That is something that we should really talk about. But here we go. We have the owner of Harry and David, the current CEO, who has launched a complaint. First, he launched it and he said, you know what? We can't have this because this is causing a lot of, this is a $1.7 billion firm a year.
Now, this is particularly upsetting to the owners of Harry and David since this is a proper company, as we can see by all of the beautifully presented items they have. They have Harry and David Royal Riviera pear preserves. Beautifully packaged. Of course, it has all the information that Meghan Markle. I mean, this is a proper company. Wherever you go, you can go see the baskets. This is beautifully presented, and one of the main issues that they have is that all of the ingredients they use, if not most of them, are grown in Montecito. So, for example, if a fruit is not in season in Montecito, they just won't sell it. And this company, as you can see, has everything that Meghan Markle doesn't have, which is structure, a CEO, products, most of all. So, yes, we can see why. I mean, this is, I guess, Meghan Markle got the ideas from these baskets because they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautifully presented.
So you can imagine that this company has a lot on the line right now, given that they don't come up first on the search engines. Not only that, they're linked to Meghan Markle. Not only that, they have suffered a lot of losses because unless you specifically type Harry and David, they no longer come up on the search engines. And this is a company that's been around since 1934, which could be upsetting for anybody who has actually worked really hard for their brand. And now, because Meghan Markle married a prince, now I know what you're going to say, Paula. How come these people were able to use the word royal? Does that mean that the queen does not use the word royal? Yes, actually, and this is the deal that not very many people know about. Because Meghan Markle is using a royal title, but is no longer a working royal, she's not just like Fergie, is not allowed to use the word royal in any of the enterprises or any of the business ventures she uses. So it's not mixed with the royal family. I know. This is in spite of the fact that Harry and Meghan are featured in the royal website as working members of the royal family. Because yes, they are working members of the royal family because they are on that royal website, which states that these members of the royal family are working and supporting the king to do his duties, and Harry and Meghan are featured there. So let's put an end to that they're not working royals. They are. You don't see Beatrice, you don't see Zara Tindall in that website, and they're also royal. So the issue there with the word royal is that the queen gave Meghan Markle an option. If you're going to use the word royal, you cannot use the courtesy titles from Harry. That way you can use Royal Riviera, but you're not going to be able to call yourself a Duchess, nor Princess Meghan, nor anything else you want to call yourself. That was a trade-off that they did. So isn't it interesting, though, how Meghan, in spite of the fact she's all mouth, oh yeah, you don't own the word royal, she didn't. For her, it was more important to use the titles than to actually use the word, because she's very cunning, and at the end of the day, she knows that she will always be associated with the royal family, even if she doesn't use the word royal, which is what this gentleman, the CEO, is finding out right now, that in spite of the fact that Meghan Markle has not used the word royal in American Riviera Orchard, the first search results that come up when you type Royal Riviera is Meghan Markle. I don't know how he's going to be able to do that. And maybe now that he's putting out these articles and these lawsuits, because this is a lot of money lost. Meghan Markle is plagiarizing, copying. And on top of that, what has she done with that brand? She just produced that murky little video of her, which was done like in, I can do a better video that less than 10 minutes. And that's it. And then she sent some jams somewhere. But as Meghan Markle is finding out, the people in Montecito, as she's called, mockingly called the Duchess of Montecito, nobody wants to taste her jam. Yes, and pun is intended. I wouldn't want to taste Meghan Markle's jam, would you? Blech. But no. So what's going to happen now? Meghan Markle cannot move forward with whatever brand she has if Harry and David are successful in blocking her from using the word Riviera altogether. That means that they're down. Meghan Markle is down a pretty penny. And she hasn't, Harry being fed up, and she hasn't been able to secure another billionaire or at least another royal. So it's another failed venture in Meghan Markle's thing. But I am just so very curious why the mainstream media is not running with this story, because this is actually serious for Meghan Markle. And it's insane that this woman just keeps spending Harry's money, like pretty much throwing it away because she doesn't have any money. She was never a multimillionaire. That's another myth. She's been using all of Harry's money. Because it is my opinion that she's trying to launch some sort of successful business so she can dump Harry. But we will talk about that in another video, because I got some insider information regarding the state of their marriage. And like Harry said, it's space. So I asked a question for you, and please leave it in the comments. Do you think that Meghan Markle was afraid of the Queen or not? Do you think that Meghan Markle rather be ranked and be called a Duchess, or she would like to be referred to as royal? Do you think that the lawsuit will go ahead, or do you think she will defy Harry and David, which are a huge company, and they're asking her to drop anything that has to do with Riviera? And the patent office and the patent trade office in the United States believe that they have a merit. She's potentially facing billions of dollars or multi-million-dollar lawsuit. And her brand hasn't even taken off the ground. There's nothing happening there. Nobody wants to taste her. So if you like the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, beautiful people. And I will see you tomorrow for another cool video.